The following program is rated TVMA. Viewer discretion is advised.
Now, last but not least, Jamian was able to get video of Elizabeth Warren, the $5 Indian who a couple of years ago never got tired of trying to tell people about her Native American credentials before she backed off of that. Well, Jamian was able to get close enough. He wouldn't take no for an answer. He kept hitting her about it. And let's just find out what exactly it is that Senator Elizabeth Warren, who has tried to pretend that she is not Hillary Clinton, let's see what Elizabeth Warren had to say when she was asked about cutting the check.
Senator Warren, what about reparations? Senator Warren, what about reparations? Okay, okay. You gonna cut a check? You gonna cut a check? Mr. Senator Warren, you gonna cut a check? You gonna cut a check? Senator Warren, 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 are you gonna cut a check? 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 Can we get a picture, Senator Warren? Senator Warren. Senator Warren, what about reparations? Senator Warren, what about reparations?
I've been in from the beginning.
Okay.
Senator Warren, how do you
gonna cut a check? Mr. Senator Warren, you gonna cut a check? Senator Warren. Senator Warren. Senator Warren. Senator Warren. Senator Warren. Senator Warren, are you gonna cut a check? Senator Warren, are you going to cut a check?
1, 2, 3.
Senator Warren, are you going to cut a check?
Senator Warren,
Senator Warren, are you going to cut a check?
Can we get a picture, Senator Warren? Senator Warren.
Senator Warren, what about reparations? Senator Warren, what about reparations?
Now, you're probably, like I say, at the end, it was kind of hard to hear. That's why I replayed it for you. At the end, it was kind of hard to hear. But the last 3 times he asked, she said, check for what? For those of you who couldn't make it out, at the end, as she was walking away, she said, check. He said, are you going to cut a check? And she said, check for what? If you were unable to make that out, that's what she said. He said, are you going to cut a check? And she said, check for what? A check for what? Now, isn't that amazing? Now, when they come to talk to us, all of a sudden it becomes a check for what? All of a sudden everybody starts playing dumb. All of a sudden nobody knows what to do for us. All of a sudden it becomes playing dumb. But for those of you who want to replay it, you can hear it that he said, are you going to cut a check? And she said, a check for what? Do you support reparations? Oh, I've been on it all along. Are you going to cut a check? A check for what? Now, this is a United States senator. This is a sitting United States senator who has outright said, a check for what for you niggas? A check for what? Once again, I'd like to thank Jamie and Fowler for bringing us that video here. Now, this is a woman who had no problem stressing Native American credentials. This is a woman who had no problem trying to qualify as a $5 Indian. But when it comes to black folk, people understand black people are the line of demarcation for racism, white supremacy on the planet. White supremacy is willing to tolerate any and every other group except for us. When it comes to us, we are a cultural, historic bellwether for them. We are the litmus test that tells them whether or not they're still good. Not Native Americans, not Mexicans, not Asians. It is their position and their status over us that qualifies and validates to them that everything in white supremacist land is okay. That is what they say. That is what they believe. Their relationship to us is special. Their relationship to us is specific. And when you start talking about elevating us and leveling the playing field, they immediately go on alert. You could ask this question for literally everybody else. They don't have the same resistance. They don't have the same violent attitude. For everybody else, they'll make concessions. When it comes to us, it is no surrender, no retreat, no concessions, liberty or death. When it comes to us. Yes, you are correct. Elizabeth Warren wants to give reparations to gays. Let's call it what it is. Elizabeth Warren, Senator Elizabeth Warren, wants to give reparations to gays. She wants to give reparations to gays. Understand that. She's talking about she wants to retroactively give IRS checks to gays that to when they weren't able to claim these things before, when gay marriage wasn't legalized, or at least the courts didn't approve a gay marriage. She wants to retroactively give tax benefits to gays. Retroactively. Do you understand that? She wants to go look it up for yourself. She just said this week that for gays, who are only 3% of the population, she wants to give them retroactive tax benefits that they didn't get enough of a tax return from the government, that they should have been recognized as couples long before now. So she wants to retroactively give gays tax benefits and tax breaks that that the government didn't recognize. So she is in favor of reparations for gays, but she is openly against reparations for black people. For gays, she ain't saying a check for what? The gays said, show me the money, and she said, I'm breaking bread. But for black people, it's a check for what? Call it what it is. Elizabeth Warren wants reparations for gays, but she's fighting reparations for black people. So on election day, when she said to us, a check for what? On election day, we're going to tell her, a vote for what? You should give me your vote. A vote for what, heifer? A vote for what? We're going to give you a vote for what? What have you done for us? When these people are this comfortable showing us this level of hideous, heinous disrespect, and that's what this is. Understand, this is about demonstrating to the rest of the society the level of disrespect that they have for us. They'll sit here and acknowledge our existence, and they'll sit here and brag and poke out their chests when we point out acts of racist white supremacy towards us. However, when you discuss overturning this system and fixing things, all of a sudden they want to make sure that the rest of the society is aware that they are against us. They want to make sure that we're aware from the beginning that you are against us. And Elizabeth Warren wanted to make sure that when you're asked about a check, and by the way, here's the other thing. Do you all realize that she couldn't even keep going? Did you all even realize that when he asked her, he kept asking her the question and she couldn't even keep going? I want to say it to you straight right now. Elizabeth Warren had her Dr. Laura Schlesinger nigger moment. That was Elizabeth Warren's Schlesinger nigger moment. Remember when the black female called Laura Schlesinger and Laura's about her, I think her husband calling a nigger or whatever, and Laura Schlesinger couldn't hold it in, and she was like, wow, you're saying nigger? And Laura Schlesinger said, yes, I said it, and I'll say it again, nigger. Senator Warren couldn't even just keep walking and walk away. She couldn't even just leave it alone and walk away. When he kept asking her, she had to say, nigga, check for what? I'm tired of the damn jacket. In the words of Eazy-E. I'm tired of putting the damn brakes on. I'm tired of pretending. Yeah, I'm for reparations is the fake talk. Let me let the real thing come out on your ass for a moment, Mr. Fowler, or whatever the hell your name is. A check for what, nigga? Since you keep asking, reparations for what? No, I can't. My soul won't let me rest if I don't stop and let you know what the hell is really happening. My soul won't allow me to rest. My soul won't let me do that. I've got to tell you what the hell is really going on. My soul won't let me sit here and ignore what the hell you're doing. My soul's not gonna do that. So as it stands, no, before I leave, since you want to keep asking me if I'm gonna cut the check. A check for what? I'm gonna write a check for what? What the hell happened to you that you need a check for? No, I'm not gonna leave without saying that. I can't leave without letting you know what the hell I really think. I can't leave without doing that. I can't leave without doing that. I'm not gonna be able to. I'm not going to be able to do that. That's not going to be what I'm going to be able to do. So by him persisting and asking that, you weren't able to stop him. You weren't able to stop him. That's what in the world happened. So she wasn't able to just get up and leave. She wasn't able to do that. She was unable to stop herself. Because what she should have done was say what she said at first and then just keep it pushing, just keep it moving. That's what should have been done. But that wasn't what was done. Because it irritated her soul. Because it irritated her soul and it stopped her from being able to do that. It irritated her soul. So when you stuck that in there, she wasn't able to just keep going. Yeah, she wanted to, but she wasn't really able to just keep going like that. So she had to stop. She had to quit. And by continuing to pepper her with that, see, this is what would happen. What she did there, that's what would happen if the white corporate media, or if the old black media, if they were to ever do that, if Tom Joyner were to ever do that, that is what she would do. That's the response that she would give you if you were to ask what he said there. A check for what? A check for what? Do you realize the level of disrespect that shows in the year 2019 for anybody to say a check for what? Do you realize how damn heinous that is to say a check for what? So she's aware of the last 400 years in America, what's happened to Native Americans, but when it comes to black people, all of a sudden it's a check for what? Do what? All of a sudden she doesn't know American history anymore. All of a sudden she doesn't know what American history is anymore. All of a sudden she's clueless about American history. And the reason for this is because the Tom Joyners and the Roland Martins and the Kathy Hughes, TV1, yes, I have to say it, the Kathy Hughes of the TV1s, they have taught these people that it's okay to disrespect us. They have taught these people that you can disrespect us, that you can show your ass, and that we'll just sit there and laugh about it. That's what they've taught them. That it's okay for them to sit there and do that. That's what they've taught them. That doing that to us is okay and is acceptable. And it's not. It's not. As black people, we have allowed these individuals to do that. We have allowed these individuals to stand in our presence, and we are suffering for the sins of the mothers and the fathers. We are suffering for their sins because those individuals did not do enough. They did not do enough. They taught these people that you can come in our presence, openly tell us to our faces you're going to do less for us than anybody else, that we, who have been the most oppressed and most brutalized and still are to this day, that we're not doing anything and that you're not going to change the situation. As a matter of fact, you're going to make it worse. No, at some point we got to stop them. At some point we have to stop them. At some point. Before now, you didn't have a black media to discuss this. Before now, you didn't have a black media that actually talked about this. And Tom Joyner never will. You know why? Because Tom Joyner wants to make sure that he still reserved his seat on the plantation at the Clinton's house or the Obama's house or whoever in the hell comes next. These old Negroes sold us out a long time ago. These old Negroes sold us out years and years ago. And now they just want to know how much further are you going to let us get away with this? How much more are we going to be allowed to get away with? Well, I'm here to tell you tonight that the buck stops here for you. It starts here for us. One of the things that you must be willing to do When you have determined that you are going to change your circumstances by any and all means and at all costs. When you have made up your mind that you are going to change your circumstances at all costs, the first thing that you do is you begin to entertain the so-called unthinkable.
That nigga nice should be my rap name. If rap was bald, they say how he hit that from that range. I love this shit. Should pay me not to fuck your bitch. It get ugly when I'm on my shit. I don't feel like I'm done. I'm the grandfather. All of y'all feel like my sons. Knew I'm the one I gassed it when he said he was. That's cause a good leader always wanna see you become. He was too blind to follow. Get killed like Apollo. Now Rocky gotta clean up your bullshit tomorrow. I think it and protect it. Make sure your neck protected. Always gave him real rap, thinking they respect it.